Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review / first impressions of a new product, hence the reason I have no foundation or face makeup on. This new product comes from Molly Cosmetics. It comes in this packaging and then it comes in this little baggie here, and then you got the Silicone. And this is basically supposed to be kind of like a beauty blender, except for it's made out of silicone and it's supposed to absorb no product. So you're supposed to be able to use all your product. And at the end of the day, it's supposed to be more beneficial for you because you're wasting less product. So if you want to see how the Silicone works, then please keep on watching. So today for foundation, I'm going to be using the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and I am in the shade Medium 1.5. Alright, now I'm ready to try this. I'm actually really excited and I also feel really weird. So my first impression about it against my skin is that I feel it's kind of like slippery when I'm trying to blend in the product, but it's not like a problem or anything. It just feels so different as opposed to the beauty blender. So as I said, it was like slippery. It is a problem when you get around your nose, like this area, because I feel like I can't get into the crevices here and I can't really blend and absorb any extra product. I feel like it's just all stuck in the crease of my nose. So that's the only issue I see so far. And I'm also like trying to dab and kind of rub it in because I'm not sure what works best, but it seems like both methods are great. I just feel like it's a little bit dry. I mean, it is dry because it's not wet. So I'm just gonna spray with MAC Fix Plus and I'm gonna go back in. Under the eyes, if you're not gentle, it actually kind of hurts. So be more gentle than I am being. First impressions on how I feel it blended out my foundation. I feel like it did give me like a good coverage. Like all the product that I used, it's on my face. It didn't soak it in at all. I mean, there's some residue there, but not as much as the beauty blender. So I do like that because usually I will either use another foundation with this one or I'll use more foundation because it wouldn't be at the coverage that I like. And I feel like this did give me like the full coverage of the foundation, so I like that. I definitely like that. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer because it is So I have to say that the foundation that I used is a lot more watery because it is water-based, but this concealer is super thick, so it might blend out differently with the Silicone. So now I'm just gonna use the same side that I used. So I actually like it a lot better with my concealer, and I'm guessing it's because, as I said, the concealer is so much thicker than the foundation that I used. So maybe this would work great for like cream foundations or like really thick, rich foundations, and not so much with like the water base. I mean, it worked. It did its job. I just didn't like the way it felt applying it. So yeah, I really like the way it blended out my concealer. The only thing is that usually I get a sharp line here with the beauty blender when I'm blending it out towards my eyeshadow. And with this, it feels like I can't really get that. Or I can, I just have to keep trying like a lot. But I like the way it blended out my concealer. Also, because I use a thicker concealer, it does have some residue, like more than it did with the foundation. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know if you're gonna use it again, it might come off, but who knows? I'm gonna use it to set my under eye with loose powder. And the powder that I'm gonna use is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Translucent Loose Powder. But anyways, I'm gonna take my Silicone. This is so weird. And I'm gonna dip it into the powder. Wow, look how that looks. That looks really crazy. And I'm just gonna set under my eye. This just feels so weird, like slapping your face with something. Again, it did its job, but I can't really get into the crevices over here. Alright, so yeah, it does set your foundation or concealer just as a beauty blender would. This just looks so crazy right now, but I'm assuming, well, you can't just use the other side if you need to do anything else with it. I'm gonna actually finish the rest of my makeup and then I will come back and talk about my final thoughts. Okay, so now that I have all of my makeup on, I can give you my final thoughts on the Silicone. I think it has a lot of pros and cons, and so I'm gonna start with the pros. One of the pros that I really liked is that it did use up all the product. It didn't absorb any product, and it blended my foundation well. Like, I had a good full coverage, so I definitely like that. I also like that it's less maintenance than the Beauty Blender. I literally spend like 20 to 25 minutes washing my Beauty Blender, trying to get all of the product out of it, and that takes up so much time that sometimes it just makes me lazy to actually do my makeup. So I like that this is like less maintenance. Like, I literally just wiped it off. I didn't even wash it or anything, and all the product came off. I also liked how it blended out my concealer, so I think that I will give this another try. Obviously, I will try it with my heavier foundations and see if it works better, but it definitely did work great with my concealer. So I definitely like how it blended out my concealer, and it gave me like full coverage again. As I said, I did use it as I would use my Beauty Blender. As I said earlier in the video, I use my Beauty Blender for my foundation and my concealer, and I rarely ever use it for cream contour and highlighting. So yeah, the cons to this Silicone is that I feel like it doesn't fully help me blend in the crevices where I'd like to blend. Like, usually my Beauty Blender does great getting into my inner corners and like here, like what do you call this? In here, like the crevices by your nose and stuff. And then at one point it just felt like the foundation got too dry and I had to like wet it, and it was like weird because it was just slipping all over the place. So that's like a con to it. Another con is that I feel that when I put on my powder, it also left my under eyes a little bit patchy. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it just feels so patchy. And I tried to brush it off, but I guess in some areas, because it was like packed on here, like when I showed you guys when I put the powder, I guess it kind of applied in that way too. So I also didn't like that. But overall, if I had to choose my Beauty Blender or the Silicone, I think I will still choose my Beauty Blender. I will probably try to use both of them in the future because I did like the way this didn't absorb product. So maybe I will apply my foundation initially with this and then make sure it's fully blended with the Beauty Blender. I think it'll work great that way. But yeah, if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose my Beauty Blender, but I would recommend for you guys to try it out for yourselves. You never know, it might work great for you. But yeah, I want to say thank you to Molly Cosmetics for sending me the Silicone. This video is not sponsored, but I did want to review it and they were nice enough to send it to me. So thank you so much for sending it to me. I love that you guys are trying new things, and I love this new invention because thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you want to see more reviews like this, please get this video to 1,000 likes, and don't forget to subscribe. Go check out my Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. So yeah, don't forget to check out my other social media. Also be sure to check out my other videos, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.